Okay, time for part two of my $1,000 and change graduation haul. This is the Blu-rays. First off, this is a sequel to a TV series that I already have, even though they mentioned that it's not the truest sequel, not so much in terms of whether or not it is a sequel or not, but because of where it takes place in relation to the other seasons, because instead of this being season 5, the creator of this thing has said this is more like season 12. I got Heroes Reborn. Yeah, not much more I can say about this because I really don't know anything about it, and the only season of Heroes that I've actually seen is the first. And yes, I know that the series' reputation goes down after the first season, but I'm actually interested in checking that out, and then we'll see if I end up finishing it, or like with Glee, I get turned off pretty quickly. Now, these next few that I'm going to show you are movies that I actually already have, but I need them because they have certain special features that aren't on what I already have. We have the original Halloween, because this particular DVD has exclusive features. Can't tell you which ones, though. Same thing applies to the original Halloween 2 here. But to get this, you actually have to pick up this release of the original Halloween 2 also in order to get everything. But the main reason to get this is the Terror in the Isles thing, which is only available on this disc. It's not available anywhere else unless someone pirated it and uploaded it online. I didn't find anything. Then I've got Halloween 6, the producer's cut, but you should know that if you purchase this disc rather than the disc that's in the 15 film set, this disc is actually bare bones. So you've got the cut of the movie, but not the special features that were on it. Just an FYI. And then I've got Rob Zombie 1. Again, because the 10 disc set, which I already have, only has disc 1 of this. It doesn't have disc 2. Though I should have seen that coming. After all, it does say 10 disc, and there's 10 movies at the time. Right. Then I got seasons 13 and 14 of Supernatural. So yeah, I only need one more season before I'll have everything for this show, and then maybe I can get around to watching it again, because I only got to the end of season 6, and that was a good ending to it. I just never continued because I wanted to buy the seasons as they went along. Now, this next Blu-ray set is something that I used to have on DVD, but never really got around to watching. But now that I'm older and appreciate this style of filmmaking some more, I bet I'm going to really enjoy it if I ever find the time to start watching all the special features. But since I actually do listen to commentary tracks and watch a lot more features for movies and TV shows, I'm hoping that I'll at least get into them somewhat. I've got the Ultimate Matrix Collection, and yes, everything is here. The 3 movies, the Animatrix, and then the black one is the bonus discs that were included in the blue DVD set. But one thing that's interesting about this is that they put 2 of the discs worth on this flipper disc here, and then they have the other one just like that. Kind of interesting. I'm kind of surprised that they weren't able to, make it just 2 discs. Maybe there's more things on it than I thought. I wouldn't know, because when I watched this, literally all I did was watch the 3 movies. This next item is something that I knew that I would end up getting, so I didn't watch any of these movies while they were being released, because I'm like, they're going to come out with a big Trilogy extended set. You probably know what it is, but yeah, so I'm going to wait until that comes out. Well, I waited until they were all out, and then I just never got this set. Well, I've rectified that. I have all three Hobbit movies in the extended form. And one thing that's interesting is that the third one is technically rated R. Didn't know about that. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that don't like those movies in particular, but I don't really know too much about the J.R.R. Tolkien mythology, so I bet I'm going to enjoy a decent amount of what it is that the show, because I have since become aware that that universe is much bigger than just the Hobbit, the three Lord of the Rings things, and the Silmarillion. I have no clue if I'm pronouncing that right. Alright, time to shift gears a little bit here. I'm going to be able to show these next few to you in a bunch. Expanding on my Marvel collection, I got Captain America Winter Soldier, Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America Civil War. These might be out of order, but they're kind of close. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Ant-Man 1, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, and this set actually has a bonus disc that has a Remembering Stan Lee thing. So, yeah, it's nice to have the Marvel collection expanded, and no, I don't have everything yet. I have everything up to Ant-Man, then I'm missing 2 movies, and then I have Homecoming, and then I've just got these 2, because I know that the Avengers movies go for a little bit higher than these other movies, so when I saw the prices for these, I'm like, yeah, I'd say that's worth it. And I know that I can skip Doctor Strange and whatever the other one is before I watch Homecoming, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Now these next 2 are scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to superhero movies. I got Elektra and the latest Fantastic Four movie with a Michael B. Jordan in it as the Human Torch. I haven't watched this, but I have watched this. It's not that great, I mainly just got it for the extras. This one, there's not really that much in terms of extras, but I got this so I could experience all the movies and then eventually give my thoughts on them. Now these next 2 will require an explanation, so I'm going to show them to you first. I got the limited editions of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy and the 2 Andrew Garfield movies. Now, why do I have this limited edition stuff? Because they both have a bonus disc that you can't get anywhere. The main reason to get the bonus disc for the Andrew Garfield ones is that it has a Stan Lee legacy thing on it, although this was made before he died. And just an FYI, are you wondering if the discs in here are the same as in the individual releases? For Amazing Spider-Man 2, it is the same. For Amazing Spider-Man 1, it has pretty much everything that's on disc 1 of that set, along with exclusive retailer features that was spread across multiple individual releases. So, yeah, but it doesn't have disc 2 of that release. So if you want everything, you gotta buy Amazing Spider-Man 1 separately and then buy this. This also has an exclusive bonus disc, which has a different cut of Spider-Man 3 in it. That's the main thing that I know that's on there. These individual Blu-ray discs, I'm pretty sure, are the same as the more recent Blu-ray editions for these movies. But I still have my 2-disc DVDs of all 3 movies, along with Spider-Man 2.1, to get everything, even though, as I think I've said before, 90% of what's on those 2-disc DVDs ports over to here, but they each have 10% exclusive stuff. A little annoying, but could be worse. I mean, like, I didn't have to buy those movies 4 times over like I did with The Lion King and Beauty of the Beast. Back to a more singular stuff. Come on, move over. First up I got the extended cut of The Martian. It's a nice movie, although it is a little long, but I don't mind that. The extended edition of Snow White and the Huntsman, I did air quotes because I wouldn't be too surprised if the extended edition was what I originally watched, and I don't think there's that much of a difference, to be honest. This isn't the greatest movie, but it was, cheap and kind of dark, which intrigued my interest, although one thing that really gets to me about this is that, tiny spoiler alert, at the beginning of the movie, Kristen Stewart's character is put into a tower in a castle, okay? But later in the movie, she demonstrates herself to be fully capable of leading people into war. So you're telling me that they educated her while they were keeping her prisoner? What? Completing a gap in my collection, I got Final Destination 1 and 3, and yes, this does have the Choose Your Fate feature on here, although for some reason it doesn't show that on the back. Oh yeah, it does, it's up here. This was cheap. Crazy Stupid Love. I'm not the biggest fan of comedies that involve, you know, people's romantic life or sex life, but this one isn't rated R. It's just PG-13, so there's probably less gross jokes, you know, about all that stuff, and I have actually watched that years ago, and I remember mostly enjoying it, and now that I'm older and can understand a little bit more of the humor, yeah, it was only like $4. Now You See Me 2, which I remember being more confusing than the first one, but I said that the first one was kind of confusing, but on the rewatch it was pretty easy for me to understand everything, and I laughed just as much, so maybe I feel the same way about this. Creed 2, can't really comment on it because I still haven't seen it. The original free Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live-action movies, and yes, I've heard that the third one sucks. I've seen the trailer of it, and yes, it does look like it sucks. The fourth TMNT movie, which I don't think relates to the others, based on what I know, but I wanted to experience that. And then we've got the new live-action movies here, although, if I recall correctly, I don't think Michael Bay actually directed either one of them. I think he only produced this one, and I don't think he's involved with this one at all. I don't know. I'll learn later. Signature Blu-ray for The Lion King to get the exclusive extras on there. And then to get the exclusive extras on this, live action Lion King. And no, I can't comment about it because I haven't watched it yet. Alright, we've got one more pile left. You can probably guess what's in here, though. First off, I got a cartoon series that I'd heard a decent amount of things about, and I actually caught a few episodes of back in the day, and was like, this is a little darker than most cartoons like this are, so maybe it's worth watching now that I'm older. I got Teen Titans, the complete series. Yes, I have to use quotes because it doesn't have this, which is the true series finale, and I could have sworn that there was a little bit of talk of rebooting this series. I don't really know about that. And I have caught a couple episodes of Teen Titans, Go, I think it is. I did laugh, but not my cup of tea. I got a desire to experience the Arrowverse, so I got the first season of all 3 shows. Completely dark as to what these shows are about, but I actually caught an episode and a half of this, and I liked what I saw. I didn't pick up any more because I was already buying a whole bunch of stuff anyway that left me pretty close to my $1,000 quota, and I'm like, I've got so many other first seasons of shows out there and so many complete shows, you know what, just grab the first season and call it good. And no, I don't usually buy a complete series blind, but sometimes I'll buy a little more than might be wise. Yeah. Moving on to single stuff. Justice League War, because I want to experience these DC animated movies. Wait a sec. Save that for later. Aquaman. Justice League. So now I've got every movie in the DC cinematic universe except Shazam, which I didn't know was part of it, and even then it doesn't feel like part of it, though I'm sure later they'll do a better job of trying to make it relatable. Batman Assault on Arkham Asylum. I remember really chuckling at this. I was pleased. Batman Under the Red Hood. I'm pretty sure that they changed things from the comic, but I've never read the comic, and what they did here, not bad. Justice League Crisis on 2 Earths. And yeah, if you look at the back here, you got 2 different versions of Batman. Otherwise, Superman's angry. And now I can show you this. I got the complete trilogy of, I don't really know what to call it. It's, yeah, Son of Batman, Batman vs. Robin, and Batman Bad Blood. Although, get this, when I originally watched them, I watched this because I didn't know that it was a sequel to this. Yeah. I remember liking that trilogy, though, and, I wonder if they're going to continue it, because the ending of this gives you the indication that there's going to be another one, but it's not a cliffhanger, okay? It's a very soft prodding. And there you go. That's the entire haul for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this epic 2-parter. It's probably going to be a long time before I do another DVD and Blu-ray video, and not because I generally upload these every 6 months, but because since I'm trying to find employment right now, I don't really have that much cash coming. So who knows, maybe there'll be something to show you once the summer comes, but we'll see. Later.